You're watching BBN Tonight on your official UK sports station, LEX 18. Presented by Central Bank, the official bank of UK athletics.
What's up, BBN? It's your girl, Todd.
It's your girl, Keith.
We've decided that we're going to return next year for another season.
Yeah.
And I have decided that
Great news there. A couple of the brightest personalities for the women's basketball team, so they will be, of course, coming back for the 2021 season. Welcome back to BBN Tonight.
We're going to talk more about the return of Kiki and Tatiana in a moment, but first let's check in with Darren Headrick of the UK Sports Network for more on the team as a whole. Darren, let's start things off with yesterday's game at Memorial Coliseum. The Cats just can't seem to get past those difficult third quarters, and Ole Miss, I just feel like this is one of those matchup problems for their team or something. It has to be, because I just can't see this team being swept by a 4-10 SEC league team.
I think you're right, Keith. Yesterday was so frustrating, and when you really think about it, Kentucky's going to be the 5 seed in the SEC tournament. If they handled business against an Ole Miss team at the bottom of the standings, they'd be 3rd. But they lost both games, and you're right, it's a tough matchup problem with the way they go inside to Scott and Austin. But they had their chances to win that one and just couldn't execute enough offensively to get the lead back.
And so with that loss, of course, you touched a little bit on it there. Kentucky missing out on that double bye as the SEC tournament begins this week. And, well, the Cats here, as you look at the bracket, will play Thursday afternoon against the winner of Florida versus Auburn. And, Darren, can you elaborate more on just the importance of having that double bye and not having to play that extra game now that Kentucky has to play?
Right. Well, this time of year, a lot of teams have shortened up the rotation to the most reliable players or the players that are playing the most consistently and producing the most consistently. And you get that double bye, and it's an extra day of rest. You don't risk having to play a team that you've beaten already and maybe getting hurt or worn down because of a close game. It just is so much. You get such an advantage over only having to play 3 versus 4. And now you've got the challenge of an Auburn team that loves to press and turn you over, even though they've had a bad year. And then Florida's a team that scores a lot of points. Kentucky had to score nearly 90 to beat them down in Gainesville. So it'll be a challenge now. And then you get the number 1 defense in the SEC if you win, and that's Georgia.
It's a tough road.
I mean, yes, it's the SEC, right? I mean, in women's basketball,
Right.
It's tough top to bottom. All right, so as we mentioned at the top here, the UK seniors, Kiki McKinney, Tatiana Wyatt, are sticking around for one more year at the University of Kentucky. Wyatt hasn't made up her mind about playing next season, but if she does, that'd be pretty good for the front court depth. If nothing else, we know they're good players, but I'm glad to have those 2 personalities back.
Absolutely. You talk about the energizer and vocal leader. That's Kiki McKinney. And when you look at her stats, guys, she doesn't always fill up a box score, but she does a lot of things that don't go into a box score. She hustles, she defends, she will alter an offensive possession just by her presence and the way she goes all out. And she can shoot the 3. She's done an excellent job stepping out and shooting those this year. Great to have her back. And then Tot provides such a steadying force inside. She has all that experience. She's gritty and tough. You love to have that inside. So that's big for Coach Elsie to get both of them back. And if Tatiana decides to continue playing, that'll be big as well.
And of course, you're the voice of the baseball team as well. The Cats off to a great start this spring. They're 4-0. Just your thoughts of the start to the first week of the season and how they were able to perform.
Man, what an exciting team we saw for 4 games in the first week of this season. And it all started with the pitching staff setting the tone. Pitching coach Dan Roselle talks about wanting the staff to be the tip of the spear, the tone setter. That's what we saw from freshman Ryan Hagenow, and it carried over into the weekend with Cole Stupp and Zach Lee and Mason Hazelwood. The bullpen has been lights out for this team in the first 4 games, but offensively, man, what a show they put on. Rhodes homered, TJ Collette, Araj Anu. We saw a home run from freshman Ruben Church. This team is going to score some runs, guys.
Darren Headrick, appreciate it as always.
Thank you, guys.
All right, coming up next on BBN Tonight, we're going to talk some more college basketball with Tom Leach.
Yeah, the voice of the Wildcats will join us with his thoughts on Kentucky going into this final week of the regular season. We'll be right back.